Hey guys, Ruby here. I'm so excited to be here. As I promised you guys on Sunday, I'm a little bit nervous. There's something about me sitting down that makes me antsy when I do this. But anyways, I was talking to you guys on Sunday about doing some training on freelancing in Hollywood and also, how to get the jobs that you want, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today. I hope I'm on the right page. Am I night owls? Yes, I am, I think, right? Yes. Okay, so as I promised, I'm putting together a series of training for you guys on the things that you need to know as a makeup artist, as a freelancer, and also how to break into Hollywood, how to get the paying jobs, how to be able to work with celebrities, and also work with agents. The difference between an agent, the difference between a publicist. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Now, usually this class, this class takes me about a day to teach. I used to teach a 3-day seminar called Fame and Fortune, and this topic in particular, it took me about a day, 8 hours straight with an hour break, to actually go into details, right? So I'm going to try to give you guys as much as I can. I'm trying to keep this on a 1 hour training. And so I'm going to go as fast as I can. But if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to work on anything that I'm going to talk about today, you guys are more than welcome to leave questions here or send me a message on my Facebook page. Or I can also give you guys my email, which usually I respond. I have it on my phone, and so I get it I get your emails fast. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to make sure that I am, yes, I am on the, okay, so let's get started, guys. Where is my, so again, this is a 1-day seminar, so I'm going to go as fast as I can, and in about an hour, I'm going to end it. If I need to do part 2, then we'll do part 2. I don't want to go over the hour, okay? So welcome to how to work in Hollywood, working in Hollywood and getting the jobs that you want. Welcome to the Night Owls by Hank and Henry Beauty. I love this group, and I'm very excited to do this with you guys. So I'm doing this training, so it's November. We're like, 60 days away from the new year. I want the new year to be for you guys spectacular. I want you guys to start planning your year. I want you guys to figure out whether this is the right career for you or not. That's very important, guys, because a lot of the times we see the fame, we see social media, we see everything that happens on Instagram especially, right, or YouTube, and we want a piece of that. But a lot of times something like that is not for us. For example, all the selfie queens, right? They have become now influencers. They're making so much money, but it's not for everybody. I tried it. I'm like, okay, let's do this. But you do have to have the talent. You have to have the time. You have to be consistent. You have to do all this. And so I want you guys to figure out whether this is the job for you or not. Would you be able to do this for the rest of your life, even if you don't get paid? That's how you really know when you're following your passion and you have tapped into your power and you know that you can do something, right? So I want to make sure that you guys understand that, because a job is different than following your passion and creating the dream job for yourself. When you do what you love and you love what you do, trust me that you will feel like you're never work a day in your life. And so excited for that. Let's talk about what Hollywood is. So I want you guys to know the difference that you guys, the difference of jobs, the difference of areas in the industry, right? First thing I want you guys to ask yourself, who am I and what am I doing in this business? Are you a freelancer? Are you self-employed? Are you independent? Are you a artist that's ready to be in Hollywood? Are you a social media queen? Are you a social media guru, right? Ask yourself that question. If you say, I'm a freelancer, I'm an artist, and I love to do makeup, but I don't think I know how to run a business, then you definitely don't know how to be independent. You have to learn how to work for somebody, or you have to be willing to work for somebody else. A cosmetic line, being in the movie industry, right? If you're able to say, I'm pretty independent, I can be self-employed, I can manage myself, I can do a lot of this, then I want you guys to, then you're more of an entrepreneur. So in business, there's always the artist, the manager, and the entrepreneur. Most of the times at the beginning of any business, we tend to be all three. But we cannot be good at all three hats, right? We cannot be the artist, the manager, and the entrepreneur. Most of the times we can do one or two really good. We're the best at one. Like I'm in my business, I'm the best as being the entrepreneur, the leader, the one that creates for the company. I don't like to manage, and even though I have a bachelor's in business management, I love to work with people, but I don't know if I like to be in an office having to deal with paperwork all the time, right? And so being able to understand, very important, and you guys will see why. One, if you're the artist, you always want to have a partner. You always want to have a partner that can help you manage. They can help you handle social media. They can help you handle marketing, branding, your emails, your promotions, right? And you dedicate yourself to being an artist. So that's why it's very good when you have the right partner, whether it's a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a best friend, a mother, a relative that says, go ahead and do what you love to do, and I'll handle the back end, right? For example, in my business, Trish is my partner, and I have done really well because I'm free to create and be artistic and at the same time be a leader, while she handles all the paperwork, all the legal stuff, all the accounting stuff, right? I do love to do marketing, even though I'm an artist in my business. I think that my main passion is working with people through social media and marketing, and I love creating brands, and I love working with people that want to create a brand, right? And so that's my thing. That's what I do. That's what makes me happy. And so with that being said, pay attention to what you are good at. Pay attention to what you do. Pay attention to what you love to spend hours. You know that day when you're like doing something and you don't realize that you were there. I love my nails too. And you don't even realize that you were there for 8 hours, 10 hours because you loved it so much. You were good at it, and you didn't realize, right, that you were there for so long. And so that's one of the ways that you can actually figure out what's your passion, right? And then there's other techniques and there's other workshops that I have watched where you can do a lot of that. And so for right now, though, just pay attention to what the areas of your business, your areas of your artistry, where you feel like you can do it for life and not even get paid, and you will be great with it, right? And so pay attention to that. First of all, find out who you are, what you do, what do you want to do with your life, where do you want to go with your life, right? So we can create a plan and a structure on what you're going to do. Who do you need to be in your business? This is very important. Remember when I told you guys know, once you guys know who you are in your business, whether it's the artist, the manager, or the entrepreneur, you also need to know, hi Mel, you also need to know, what do you need to do? What do you need to do? I'm sorry, I'm distracted. Can you guys confirm that I am on Hank and Henry, the Night Owls, Hank and Henry? I don't know if I put it on my personal page or with you guys. It's supposed to be in the Night Owls page. So please leave me a message there if I'm in the right page. So once you know who you are, we want to discover, who do we need to be, right? Who do you need to be in order for your business? Yay! Who do you need to be in order for your business to run better? Most artists, what I discovered, they're really bad at everything that has to do with management and keeping up with your emails, with your marketing, with your brand. You guys can spend the days, the nights, the weekends, every day doing art, and a lot of the times you guys forget about making the money. And that's why people always says, that sentence, that thing, starving artists, because most artists, we focus on the artistry. And like I was saying the other day, you don't need to be the best artist. You don't need to have perfection in order to make a lot of money. What you need to be what you need to be good at is doing the marketing, doing the branding of your company, reaching out to new people, promoting yourself, right? Always creating promotions, right? And always doing things that will lead to more clients, which leads to more money. And so we want to make sure that you guys practice also the other side of the brain, not just the artistic side. I have learned to do both. I have learned to go from one side of my brain and get very creative and play with glitter and do makeup, and then move to the other side of my brain and be able to create programs, being able to do marketing for the company and do a lot of that, right? And so it's about training ourselves to do one thing or another and be able to do it and switch from one side to another. Okay, so with that being said, I'm sorry guys, I'm getting distracted here with all my little gadgets, and so I'm gonna close this. Where am I? Okay, what do you need to do versus what you need to know in this industry? One, you need to learn how to trade your skills for experience. When we're new, we don't get the experience because we don't get the jobs, and we don't get the jobs because we don't get the experience, right? So you need to learn to trade your artistry for photo shoots, music videos, fashion shows, anything that you can do to build your portfolio. Without building your portfolio, you're a nobody in this industry. Without having a resume, you don't get the jobs. Yes, there is a lot of, we have a lot of business happening in social media, on Instagram, for example, but there's only happening to a certain people that are at a certain level, right? And I believe that we can make money at any level, but we just need to have the right tools. So learn to trade, you know, your skills for experience, so you can build your portfolio, you can build your website. We want to be able to get the jobs. We want to be able to work with people that can take us places. Most of the businesses in this industry are given to you by one person, by one company, by one agent, by one agency, someone that likes you. I learned this a long time ago. My friend used to say, 99% of the business will come from one source, and then the other 1% will come from many, 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 many different places, right? So do you want to focus on trying to get that 1% through many, many sources, or do you want to focus on one source and get the money that you want, the jobs that you need to make the money, right? And so we want to focus on one area. We want to know the difference between being an artist and being a business person. We want to know that the artist creates, but without being able to go out there and attract the people and get the jobs and get the clients, we will not be able to create the life that we want. Okay, so being able to have the experience, the knowledge, the talent, the career, being able to promote yourself, being able to do that pays more than being able to show people how well you do makeup. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to make sure that we understand what our knowledge is, what we do, okay, and what is it that we bring to the table besides doing makeup. When we are in an industry where there's so much competition, so many people competing for a job, and they all want to sell them services for $30, $40, $50, then we want to add value to what we do. If you're just competing with your hands and what you do, makeup, you're always going to be charging pennies for your work. If you are, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted with all this text. If you're charging for your skills and you're charging for doing makeup, you're always going to be competing with people based on money. Like the the more you focus on that, the less you're going to make. The more you focus on your experience, on your talent, on what you bring to the table, on why you're good, on the platform that you have, the more money you're going to make. And of course, you're not going to have to compete with prices, because whatever price you have is what you're going to make. I don't know if you guys know this, but most of you guys are maybe making anything from $30 to about $100 a face, right? Every time you do a makeover. But do you know that makeup artists can make $2,500 for a face, for a day, for a photo shoot? Do you know that if you work on the in the union, you can make $100 an hour? You get paid overtime if you go past the eight hour. You get paid double time if you go past the 12 hours. You get insurance, dental, medical. You get a retirement plan. Do you know all that stuff? So educating yourself on all these things will make you a better person. I mean, a better artist, and it will help you make a lot more money knowing all this. The reason why I make a lot of money, guys, is not because I'm the best at what I do, but I'm the one that knows the most in every room. It doesn't matter where I go, whether it's makeup, business, sales, marketing, it doesn't matter. I'm the one that can carry a conversation on anything. I'm the one that impresses people because I really know my stuff, right? And people go, wow, you really know your stuff. And I go, yes, I do, right? And so I'm always learning different things. So this industry is the same thing, okay? It's the same thing. You have to learn the business side of everything. We have a question. It says, I'm Misty Helm. It says, I'm not an MUA, makeup artist, but I'm a graphic designer. I can see where this information can apply to other art. Business is business, guys. I always say every business, whether you're in the food industry, makeup industry, car industry, it doesn't matter. We all have to have the same structure. We might use a different language. On how we talk about what we're doing, but marketing, sales, branding, publicity, training, systems, all that, social media, everything applies to whether you're a makeup artist, a graphic designer, whether you're starting your own boutique, you're starting your own product. I apply these rules to everything I do in business. I own a coaching company, right, where I do business coaching. I also own RMA, Ruby Makeup Academy. I'm also partners here at Boss Beauty Makeup Academy in Dallas. I'm partners with Hank and Henry. It's a little bit of everything, and everything is different, and I apply the same rules. The language is different. Everything else is the same for any business. Whether you have a building, a business, and you have to have employees, or you're running your own business out of your own bedroom or your own garage or whatever it is, right? You can run a business just out of your phone, right? I mean, you don't need a lot nowadays, and so everything applies to that. So understanding understanding the industry. Ooh, I'm trying to go as fast as I can. Like I said, this program is a one-day program, and so I'm trying to put all that in 1 hour. Understanding the industry, there's different areas in the industry. We have film and TV, which includes TV shows and movies. Usually, to be part of TV shows and movies, you have to be part of what is it called? Part of the whatever. I'll come back to that. I forgot. Print. The union. Oh my God, union. I forgot. So when you work in film and TV, you have to be part of the union, and it's very costly, but once you get in, you make a lot of money. Print is the second part of the industry. I mean, the other part of the industry is called print. And when you tell someone that you specialize in print, what you're telling people is that you know how to work with magazines, photographers, billboards, advertising, and music videos, right? So there's 5 different areas under print. So whenever people ask me, what do you specialize in? I said, I specialize in print. That means that I have done magazines, billboards, work with photographers, advertising, music videos, and all that fun stuff. The other area is bridal and private events. Okay, bridal, of course, we work with brides, right? We work with different events, different parties, and that's where the money is at the beginning, where you're a new makeup artist. Because if you don't do this, to get into Hollywood is a little bit harder, and you usually at the beginning, when you're trying to get into Hollywood, you don't get paid. You just get the experience. But once you get the experience, that's when you get a lot of money. Then I call now the social media influencers, right? Social media gurus, social media. It's a whole new industry within the beauty industry, where this is the way now of advertising. This is how you take a company from nothing to a lot. If you see a lot of the companies now, they're spending so much money, investing money on influencers, because all they have to do is say, oh, I'm wearing this, and the website gets sold out, right? And so that's a great way for you to make a lot of money if you have the personality to actually be an influencer. Again, I'm an influencer in a different way. I do a lot of one-on-ones. I try to coach people, mentor people, right? But when you become an influencer in social media, for example, Instagram, I mean, wow, the money that people are throwing at these social media influencers is ridiculous. I mean, they are kings right now of the marketing industry, the advertisement industry, because you can't pay them enough to be there with you. They have to want to do it, right? In order they have to want to be part of that brand in order to do it, because at this point for these people, even money is not a big issue, because they just get the money so easily, whether they're creating their own brand or they're working with other people, other companies. And so that's a huge way of making money. Now, a lot of people says, oh, why do we want to do, oh, no. A lot of people says, why do I want to do social media when it's so, like, saturated with so many people trying to do it? Many people want to do it. Many people are part of it, and many people are trying hard. But if you see a lot of people, their numbers are not growing at all. But there is a few people that even if just started 6 months ago, a year ago, their numbers just blew up, right? Their numbers got to, I know one of my Ruby girls, she started about 2 years ago, and by then everybody was saying it was dead, and I can see her just doing what she's supposed to be doing, trying very hard and working really good with all this, guys. To the point that I think within 8 months she was at 600,000 followers, and now she just launched her own lash collection and making money. I knew this kid from the minute she started with us. She was coming to the school with a purpose. She knew what she wanted to do. She knew where she was going with this, and she was not taking chances on anything. So she went full force. So that's the difference from someone that makes it in social media and someone that can't make it in social media, even if they try. It's everything, guys. It's everything that you put together on social media that makes a big difference. Is the feel and look of the site, of the Instagram page, is how consistent you are when you post. It's the quality of the pictures. A lot of us are saying, oh, I want to be an influencer, and we put crappy pictures. We don't know how to use the apps that people uses, you know. We don't take a training class on photography. We don't do any of that. We just want to post ugly pictures and become a social media influencer. That doesn't work like that. Anything that looks very easy, and if you see them succeeding, if you see people making a lot of money, and you think that it looks easy, that all they did is do a selfie and post it on social media, it's a lie. A lot of the people invest a lot of money taking classes. A lot of these people invest a lot of money and time learning, buying apps, learning the apps, taking photography classes, or hiring someone to do it. And so if we don't take the time to do that, then we don't become influencers the way that some of these people do. I've seen other people that years ago when Instagram started, they were booming. They were getting followers like crazy, and then everything started slowing down. And when that happened, the ones that wanted it so bad, they got creative with everything, and they kept gaining more and more followers. the one that just wanted to post and not really try hard, they end up with the same numbers 3-4 years later. When I go back to click to these accounts, they still have the same numbers. I give up. I realized that I really don't care to be a selfie queen or an influencer, even though that the money looks really good and all that. I try to do it differently. It's not in my personality to be that person, right? And so I'm like, okay, so I'm going to have fun with what I have, and I'm going to do what I do best, which is helping other people accomplish their dreams, helping other people believe in themselves, right? And be able to dream big and create, create abundance in their lives. And so that's my talent, I guess. That's what I'm good at. And so now that we understand, right, now that we understand the different areas of an industry, pick one that you want to do. Do you want to be film? Do you want to work on film and TV? Do you want to be an expert on print? Or do you want to be a little bit of everything? Do specialize in one thing at first, though. Spend at least 2 years, earn that experience, build your portfolio on that area, and if that's not for you, then move to the next category on that industry, right? So if you're doing film and TV and you're like, oh my God, I don't like the long hours, I don't like to clock in, I don't like to travel, I don't like to do all this, so I'm gonna do something else. After a couple of years, at least you have that experience. You can put it on the side or leave it on your website, your resume, and then you move to build a different a different category on your resume, right? Do you want to become an expert on print? Then you're going to start doing a lot of photographies, magazine work, billboards, music videos, photo shoots, and all that stuff. Once you learn to do that, by the way, most makeup artists, that's where they start. They start in print, and most of us, we specialize on print. Some people from day one, hey, hold on. Why am I'm in the office. I lost my, okay. So, yeah, no, it was you. You put me, I'm like, what? And I hang up on you. Sorry. One of my people here are like talking to me through the glass. So anyways, so most of us, we start on print, and then we develop the idea that we want to move into movies and do all that, right? Like Vinyl, she's a great artist, but some of them, they knew from day one that's what they wanted to do, so they went straight to that industry. For me, I never wanted to be in the movie industry. I just wanted to. I love body painting and I love prints. I love to work with photographers. That's my thing. It's one of my favorite things to do, and that's what I do. But you can evolve, right? You can build your portfolio and your website into these different areas. A lot of us, not a lot of us, but a lot of makeup artists, they become influencers because they're celebrity status, and so they move from being into the Hollywood industry and working with celebrities and all this, and then moving into a influencer status on social media. But it depends on how you want to do it, right? So that is that, and then we're going to move to understanding what's the difference from employment and freelance. The difference between having a job and being a freelancer. Having a job, right, is working with someone, having a relationship, employer-employee. You get paid, you work a number of hours, and you get paid for your hours and your service. You usually get paid hourly or maybe a salary. You have a schedule. You don't work your own schedule. They give you their schedule, the hours that they want you to work, and they give you benefits, and usually at the end of the year you get a W-2 form. A freelance artist is someone who usually works on a contract. You can come and work with me for a day at a trade show, or you can work somewhere for a photo shoot or music video for a week, 2 weeks, right? A TV show about 21 days. You usually charge a flat rate, not per hour. So if you're going to work a week, 8 hours every day, you might say, I'm going to charge $500 a day or $1,000 a day times 5, right? And that's how you get paid. You are considered an independent contractor, not an employee. You create your own schedule, which means you work on whatever days you want. You decide whether you want to start your days at 5 a.m. in the morning or at 2 in the afternoon, right? And then work your own hours. You stop working when you don't want to work, and you start working when you're short of cash. And so part of being in business, guys, though, is also being able to create consistency on your work and being able to not feel like you always have to go work when you can't pay your bills, but it's to know that you have that consistent work and that you can make all the money that you want. You don't get any benefits, right, unless you work for the union. And you also, at the end of the day, you get a 1099 form, which means if I paid you $500, you're going to get a 1099 for $500. If you're my employee, we deduct taxes, and then I send that to the IRS, and then I also have to pay part of your taxes as your employer, so I pay some of your taxes. When you are a freelance artist, you have to pay 100% of your taxes. You're in charge of your accounting, you're in charge of everything, and sometimes a lot of artists get in trouble for that, okay? Being able to understand the lingo of Hollywood, especially if you're trying to get a job in Hollywood. When people ask you, do you have a tear sheet? Do you understand what that means? That usually means when you do work and your work is published in a magazine, usually you get to tear that sheet and put it on your portfolio. So it's called a tear sheet. Trade for pictures, TFP, trade for pictures. That means someone might say, I want to hire you, but I don't have a budget, so how about if we do a TFP? That's trade for pictures. Or a TFCD, trade for a CD, where they give you the whole photo shoot. Magazine cover, that means when your work gets published on the cover of the magazine. What that means is that you actually work with a celebrity or an influencer or someone who's important and was put on the cover of the magazine, and you get credit for that. That's pretty cool. That's when you become a published artist. When you get a tear sheet or a magazine cover, you become a published artist, right? Which is very important, especially in Hollywood. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? So anyways, magazine cover and tear sheets are good for your portfolio, are good for your ability to get jobs in Hollywood. So you always want to have one or two at least, worst case scenario, and that you can officially say you are now a published artist, okay? Test shoots is usually when someone wants to work with you and they want to know if you're good at it or if they want to even spend the time with you. So they might send you to do a test shoot. Usually agencies and agents or your PR person, your publicist, not your PR, but your publicist, will ask you to do a test shoot. Your publicist might say, I need you to do a test shoot so I can send some of your work to different agencies or to whatever he's working on, right? An agent will ask you for a test shoot if you try to get the agency to represent you and maybe they don't like your portfolio is maybe a little bit weak, or they don't see what they want to see, but they like you, they like some of the work, so they might say, we're going to send you to a test shoot so you can get new pictures so we can improve your portfolio and your website, because if not, they don't want to represent you, right? Then there's something called a kit fee. When we ask for a kit fee, what that means is you're asking to be paid for the use of your product, of the kit that you have on your kit. Because if we're doing a lot of photo shoots for free and a lot of work for free, because they don't have a budget and they want to test you for it, that's okay. But sometimes they will provide a kit fee. Sometimes I'll say, this is an internship, but I do have a kit fee of $50. That means that if you come and do the internship with me, you're going to get $50 for using your kit. And the kit fee can vary from $50 all the way to $300, depending on the company, the photographer, the people that you're working with. Now, a comp card, I'm going to show you guys. A comp card is a postcard, and what a postcard is is pretty much like a giant business card. Now, someone gave me this, and I'm sorry, I hope you're not in this group, but I have to say this is very tacky, ghetto, not good. I don't like it. It says, I don't know what it says, but it says a lot, and it has like a little demon here. I don't know if they're eyebrows, but if that's how you do eyebrows, I don't want to go with you. You're going to lose my business. Now, if you go here, your work here looks good, okay, but they're not professional photos. The more professional you look, the more work you're going to get. So if this comes to me, I will throw it in the trash and not hire you. But a comp card is a giant postcard. This is one is a small one. Usually they're bigger ones, okay? A little bit bigger than this one, like 8 by 5 or something like that. And what you want to put in this comp card is put like 3 to 5 pictures of your work. You want to put your name, your title, whether you're a makeup artist or hairstylist. Don't put a list of titles, by the way. Don't say I'm a makeup artist, hairstylist, bra expert, tattoo artist, blah blah blah, and they do all this. Usually you put, like, if you're a makeup artist, that means you do everything from beauty, airbrush, character, all that. So you don't have to put a list of all the things that title entails, right? So you want to make sure that you understand that. Like 3 pictures, your name, your phone number, your website, and contact information, and that's it. And that is good to do. This is good to do when you are going to go and network with other photographers, makeup artists, hairstylists, and different people in the industry. Hi, Henry, my love. I miss you already. So anyways, that's a comp card. That's what you do with that, okay? A call sheet is that email that you get from a company, a production company, a model, a photographer, that tells you all the information of the job that you're going to do, right? A call sheet is something that I will send you. Let's say you're doing an internship for me or a job. I will send you an email with my logo, with my title and everything, the name of my company, and I will say you're the key makeup artist for the photo shoot on 11/11/2017 at 5 a.m. in downtown LA, you know, blah, 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 contact information, the model that you're working with, and everything else, right? So that's what I call a sheet. It's pretty much a sheet that gives you all the information of the work that you're going to be doing. And then we have to understand different things like editorial, lifestyle, price sheet, right? And I'll talk a little bit more in a little bit. I want to move forward with some of this stuff. So when you're working with in the industry, you want to have when you're working in the industry, for sure you want to have a comp card, a portfolio, and a website. It's a must. Now, for the last 4 or 5 years, it's very important that also you add your social media. So if you have a strong social media presence, they will, more likely they will hire you over someone else who has a, Elizabeth, you're funny. Sorry, Elizabeth. I just have to be real when people send this stuff to me. If they think I'm going to hire them by looking at this, when I can see the details of the work, they're good, but it's not professional. And this here, scary. I don't know. I think they look like my eyebrows too. But scary though. Anyways, so we want to make sure, guys, that we do understand that. If you want to get jobs in Hollywood, if you want to work with an agent, if you want to assist a celebrity makeup artist, you want to have a portfolio, a website, a comp card, okay? Henry, I learned that from you, to be raw when I'm criticizing people's work here. Not true. I do it too all the time, because I feel that if I don't tell you the truth of what's good and what's not, when you go out there, you're gonna lose money, you're gonna lose jobs, okay? So seriously, right? If I'm gonna design a comp card, it better not be this busy. It better not have this leopard print or zebra print. Be professional. By the way, just Google some stuff on social media. Google comp cards for makeup artists and see what impresses you, and then take that to your graphic designer and say, can you make mine look this professional? If they cannot, find a better graphic designer. You're in the wrong neighborhood if you don't have a good designer, graphic designer. So anyways, the portfolio, I will not talk about the portfolio today, But just so you know, they do have to be professional photo shoot, professional photos. You want to have different models, different looks, different styles, and you want to have a minimum of 20, at least 20 photos before you can go and show off your portfolio to anybody, or if you before you go to an interview with an agent or a production company, you want to have at least 20 pictures that shows your work. Okay. Again, the industry is changing a little bit. A lot of people will hire you just based on your social media, but Hollywood is Hollywood. And if you're gonna work with, I have the biggest mug here today for some reason with very little coffee. So if you're going to work in the industry, guys, just remember that even though a lot of companies are hiring people just based on your social media, if you're working with film and TV, that's through the union. They will not take social media. If you are working with an agent, let's say the agencies they work with, L'Oreal, they work with a lot of big companies, right? And they pay big money, guys. Big money. They want to see a professional website and a professional portfolio, and so you want to make sure that this is a real business, guys. This is not just us playing makeup. Look at the money that we make, okay? Look at the money that people are making. Look at Patrick Star, Jeffree Star. Look at Mac Daddy. Look at I Love Sarai, right? They pictures look blurry or dark or not with the right light or not the makeup. Everything is professional, right? And I'm not saying you have to do everything at that level, but you have to start somewhere. You have to treat everything very professional, right? Then you have to work on your website. Your website is very important, guys. Your website is your online portfolio. It doesn't have to be very complicated or busy. It can have 4 or 5 tabs. What you need is your contact information about you, and then just like a resume, you're gonna break it down on. You're gonna break down your website on published work, photographers, celebrities, and different tabs. You know, hopefully one of these days I'll do a Facebook Live, and I'll do it on a board where I can actually show you guys what I mean. About breaking down your portfolio and your resume, you know, the way that the Hollywood wants to see it. But you don't need a lot. You don't need a complicated website. And also, when you have a website, do not mix your bridal work with your Hollywood work, if it makes sense. The Hollywood work is everything that we do, editorial, lifestyle, and all that stuff. And then bridal is freelancing. So if you want to work with both, you want to have something different for your bridal, and do not mix it. Any agent will tell you that's a no-no, and they will not hire you based on that, right? And so we want to make sure. Mel says, I love the coffee cup. Yes, it says, I love my cat, but I don't have a cat. This is Hanan's, I'm assuming, because she has like a dozen cats. She's a cat lady. And so, anyways, but I'm using that mic today. Aesthetics are everything, not about. Yes, Misty, very true. Aesthetics is everything, okay? The flow of everything, the flow of your comp card, the flow of your website, everything, okay? It matters, guys. It matters. If you look like you're cheap, they'll pay you very little. If you look like you're expensive, your website is expensive, that you're worth all that, then people will pay and they won't even try to negotiate, right? And so we want to make sure that we pay attention to all those details. Okay, so on your website, please make sure that you add all that stuff, you know, that you add your published work, your model work, your fashion shows, right, depending on what you're doing. And do not mix your events, your pictures from social media, your bridal work into that website. And this is if you want to work in Hollywood, if you want to make a lot of money with that, guys. If what you're doing is just freelancing and you don't care to take this seriously, then social media works too, you know. If you want to freelance and have a professional bridal business that pays you a lot of money, in bridal you can get paid anything from, you know, $300 for a face all the way to $10,000 for a day or a weekend. It depends on your clientele, the demographics of your clientele, right? And mainly how you promote yourself and how you present yourself, okay? That's everything. That's how you're going to be able to make more money or not make enough money, right? Later, I'm going to post a copy of a resume on the Hank and Henry page so you can see how the resume is supposed to look. And I'll try to put a website of a makeup artist so you guys can get a feeling for it, okay? Again, in my business, I like to train my makeup artists to be business savvy too. And if you don't have a website, again, one of the companies that I use is shore.com. And if you say that you're a Ruby girl, even if you're not, don't tell them. They'll give you 50% off. I work with them because I always look for things that I can help my people with, you know, that they can have. A lot of people charge us a lot of money for websites, right? And so they charge anything from 100 to 200, I think. And if you mention that you're a Ruby girl, they give you 50% off. They design the website for you for free, and then you only pay a monthly fee, okay? And they help you maintain the page, change everything on that website. They create people, you can promote it on social media, and people can book appointments on what you're doing. They can book appointments for you. I mean, they don't book it for you, but they have a link, so they offer all that for you. So check them out if you're interested, you know, if you don't have a website yet. The website is called shore.com, shore, shore.com. I'll post it later there for you guys too, okay? Check them out, but do tell them that you are a Ruby girl. I sent you guys there. Again, I like to find good deals for my people so they can you know, be able to afford to look professional and be professional. That's awesome. What website is it again? Shore.com. Shore, shore.com. And again, you'll see the prices there, but if you tell them that you are a Ruby graduate or a Ruby girl, or that you went to Ruby Makeup Academy, they'll give you my discount, which I asked them to give you guys 50% off on everything, all the services they provide. And it's very inexpensive, guys. You guys have no idea how expensive it is to actually have a website. My websites usually cost me about $5,000 to build, and I have about 15 to 20 pages, right, tabs. With them, I think now I'm only paying like $100, and they build everything for me. And now my monthly fee covers all the updates that I need, and my girls now can make appointments, book tours for the school. So it's one of the best services that I have discovered in a long, long time, and I like to share it with you guys. Again, there's different prices depending on how complicated, but even the most expensive will be only like $150, and the cheapest one will be, I don't know, $50, $70 after the discount, though. Remember that, after the discount. So anyways, you have to have a website. If you don't have a website, you don't have a business, guys. You're chasing money every day. You're chasing a new client every day. How about if you can promote yourself on your social media, your Instagram, your YouTube, your Facebook, your Twitter, and every time you post, you get people booking you for a wedding, for a quinceañera, for a party, for an event, for a red carpet, you know, and you drive the traffic to your website, and then people can see the link that they can book you right away. You make the work very pretty. I'm telling you, the websites that they build are very professional. And again, I am not trying to sell them, but I am trying to give you the right tools for you guys to be professional and successful. It takes a little bit of money to make the kind of money that we want to make. Again, for me, maintaining my website every month costs me anything from $500 to about $1,500 a month, depending on how many changes I have to make on the website. Now that I started my other websites with them, I'm paying only, I don't know, like $100, I think, a month, and that gives me everything: the building of the website, the maintaining the website, direct contact to someone, so I don't have to call someone in India or the Philippines or China. I just go straight to them and I talk to someone here in Venice Beach. That's where their office is. And I talk to someone directly. I tell them what I want, and they change whatever I want, you know. And so I love that service, you know. So hopefully this service will help you guys, you know, build your website. Again, I'm going to post on this page a copy of the resume of how it's supposed to look for a makeup artist. A lot of makeup artists, they write a resume like if they want to get a job at an office. That's not how it works anymore, at least not for the beauty industry. Unless you want a job with a cosmetic lines, then you guys want to talk about your experience in sales or marketing, customer service. But when you're working in the industry and all you want to do is do makeup, then there's a different format for that. And I'll post that here, maybe in the comments, so you guys can see it right there and see exactly how a resume is supposed to look like, okay? Anyways, so we want to work on magazine covers. We want to work on tear sheets, which is usually the inside of a magazine, right? So if this was a magazine here, my composition book, so if this was a magazine, if you get your work in the front, it's a magazine cover. If you get it inside, then you tear that and it becomes a tear sheet. You also want to work on magazine spreads, and what a magazine spread is if I work with someone and they're doing an article and an interview on someone and they give you 3 to 5 pages, so that's a magazine spread that goes on your resume, and that looks really good on your website. And usually if you're trying to work with an agent, that is key for you to get those agents to represent you, okay? Then we have runway, right? Working on runway is amazing. If you can say that you work in a fashion show or Orange County fashion show, you put that in your resume, it looks amazing. So we want to work on that. But then we have beauty. What kind of pictures do you want to do with beauty? Then you have lifestyle photo shoots, editorial, and editorial beauty, okay, kind of like Louis Vuitton, Chanel. They have a lot of beautiful photo shoots, and you'll see it's beauty, but the pictures look very colorful and very extreme. For those that want to get a copy of this slideshow, because I actually have a slideshow here that I'm using for me to show to follow the program that I'm teaching you guys today, the Facebook Live. If you guys are interested in getting a copy of this, if you want to email me at rubypolanco72, one word, at gmail.com. I'll post it on the page too. I'll email you a copy, so then later you can go back and watch this video and follow the slideshow and all the samples of everything that I have there, okay? So just email me, like I said, at that. We want to build your resume and your website with commercial ads too, with celebrities, with men's grooming. I have worked with, actually I became an expert on working with men. For some reason, back then, you know, everybody wanted to work with models, celebrities, and all that. But without me trying so hard, I decided to start working with men, and I worked with Wiz Khalifa, Wale, I worked with Mr. RuPaul, I worked with a lot of celebrities. I ended up working in a few shows with Showtime and Cinemax, where I worked with some beautiful, gorgeous men and celebrities, actors, and I got a lot of credit on that, you know, and I was able to get my work published everywhere. So I'm that person that if a industry is too saturated, I'll create my own industry or my own niche, I guess, right? So men are underserved in this industry. We think that because someone is a man, they don't need much. I learned to carry my airbrush machine with me. And you know, men can start getting bald here like at a very early age. And so I decided to bring my my airbrush machine. And if the men had bald spots or it was starting to get bald here, I will fill in the hair with my airbrush. I will bring the browns, different shades of browns and black, and I will fade that. I will fill it in with my airbrush makeup. If a man had a beard, I will, usually my men's beard is not even, and so I will fill it in also. Now, when working with models and working with actors and they have a photo shoot and they have to show their stomach or their muscles, a lot of them have beautiful, beautiful muscles and beautiful bodies. And you'll see, I'll post some of the pictures of what I have done, so you guys will see what I mean with that. But anyways, models and actors are underserved, and so if you're looking to get into an industry and create your own niche, find something different. Everybody's following the same people, the same artists, the same industry. Try to step away and see, where can I fit in? Where can I find a niche in this industry where I become good at it and there's a group of people that are being underserved? So what I started doing with my models and actors when I was doing photo shoots, I started using my airbrush machine and I started highlighting their abs and contouring their abs and then their muscles, or a lot of times if there was a lot of discoloration on the skin, because you know models, whether they're light skin or dark skin, they like to tan a lot, and a lot of times the color is uneven, so I will come in and airbrush their bodies. And of course they're shooting without shirts, right? And so I will make their bodies look beautiful. The photographer had very little to edit, and so I became very popular with that, and I started shooting all these celebrities, actors everywhere, and I became very popular with that, and I made a lot of money with that. So every time someone says, oh, everybody's doing that, why are you going into that? No, don't pay attention. Just pay attention to the trends, pay attention to the industry, and figure out your own niche, guys, okay? It's very important that you do that. Before I continue with this, the difference between an agent and a publicist. Let's go into that. A lot of people don't understand that. When you are working with an agent, they hire you. They don't hire you. They represent you, but they get you jobs. You don't pay anything. They work with a company. They need some makeup artists, and they work with you, and you're a makeup artist, and then they bring the company and the artist together. The agent will charge 15%, 10 to 20% to the artist, and they will charge 15 to 20% to the company. So the agency makes the money by charging a percentage from the artist and a percentage from the company. They might end up with 20 to about 40% out of whatever they're paying for the day or for the week, right? The only disadvantage with this is when you're being represented by an agent, you have to also give them a percentage of everything you get yourself too. So if you're already working with a celebrity or with someone and they represent you, you have to give them 15% of that regardless. And so that's the only thing. But I always say, well, if you have some jobs but not enough to keep you busy, what's better? Getting 100% of zero jobs, or getting 80% or 85% of many jobs that you can get from the agencies, right? Plus you get to work with celebrities, big, huge companies, and all that. So think about that, right? When we need a publicist, when do we need a publicist, and how do we get a publicist? When we need a publicist is when we're getting to that stage in our life where we want to be well known, where we want to build a platform in the media, right? When we want to be on red carpets, we want to be represented by someone that knows how to put us everywhere. So the more interviews do we get, the TV or radio interviews, usually that's your publicist, not your agent. Your agent will get you a job. Let's say NYX Cosmetics needs 10 makeup artists, and let's say we don't have Instagram the way that we do. NYX Cosmetics will call an agent and say, I need 10 makeup artists, I'm paying $1,000 a day. Then they will bring the people that they represent. A publicist is someone who's gonna, hi Mary. A publicist is a publicist is a person that represents you, but you have to pay them. They don't get you jobs. What they do is they get you interviews on magazines, interviews on TV, interviews on radio talks. They get you interviews with people or companies that will expose you to the masses. They also work on your image. Like, okay, you're talented, but you look like blah, blah, blah. Let's work on your image. They make sure you always have a media kit, right? They do press releases for you when you're launching something. They do a lot of that. A publicist can cost anything from $1,000 with no experience to about $100,000 a month. Yes, a month, 100,000. So if you're Kim Kardashian, you're paying your publicist probably about 100,000. Anything below Kim Kardashian can be 50, 30, 20,000, 10,000, 5,000. And then when you're new, a lot of times you just want to get connected, you might pay someone about $1,000, $1,500, and they put you on red carpets, they get you different interviews, and it's really fun. So that's the difference from a publicist to an agent. An agent, you don't pay, they get paid only if they get you the jobs. A publicist, you pay them, and they don't get you any jobs, they just get you the exposure that you need to say you're an expert in your field. And that's what that is. So also remember, guys, when you guys are in fear of talking money with people, if you guys are freelancers, usually having a price menu is very key. I'll post something like that too on this page so you guys can see a price menu sample. And again, if you guys gonna get a copy of my whole slideshow that I used to teach that one-day class, I'll do it for you guys. I'll email it to you only if you email me at rubypolanco72@gmail. But if not, I'll post a few samples on the comment of this video so you guys can see a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about and have a better vision of what I'm talking about. So create a price menu, because a lot of times if you're afraid of talking about prices, you can just say, hey, what's your email? Let me send you the price list, and then I'll call you to see which service you would like, right? Always follow up with your emails and your calls. If you're investing money promoting yourself and money and time, and you get a call and you don't respond, or you get an email, you don't respond, or you respond a week later, don't waste your time. Okay, that's not going to make you the money. You have to be responsible and always have that commitment that you're going to respond within 24 hours of getting that call, of getting that email, and be a business person, not just an artist. So price menu is good. Always have a contract. I'm gonna post a contract for you guys also here in the comments so you can see a sample of the contract. You can have a contract to work with different companies, and you can also have a contract if you are a makeup artist and you're working with brides, okay? Especially with brides, if you don't have a contract signed and you don't ask for a deposit, they will cancel you the last minute, and you said no to other jobs because you knew you had the job. And so you want to make sure that you cancel, they don't cancel you, and having a contract is a legal commitment that they will have with you that is going to protect you from losing jobs over and over and over. It will talk about prices, location, everything that you expect from them. So I'll post that here too, okay? I'm going to try to maybe do a bridal business class for you guys in a few weeks. If you say yes to it, please leave me the comments here saying yes to the bridal. That's where you make the most money, and I will also teach you the business side of that, which is a little bit different. A lot of what I'm saying, but a little bit different because the clientele is different, the lingo is different, okay? Good afternoon, Ruby. God bless you. Thank you guys so much. You guys are so cute. I really love doing this. Like I said, this is my passion, and it's my gift from me to you guys. I really want to see you guys making money. A lot of you guys are investing so much money on classes, on product, and you sit home and you do this, and I'm sure that if I will visit every single one of you, I will find boxes of makeup and you guys not making the money to even recover what you're spending on this. So following some of these rules, guys, will help you. So this is a general idea of how to work in Hollywood and get the jobs, right? Again, this is one day seminar, and I'm trying to cover as much as I can, but we do have a lot of information. I'll do a workshop, like I said, if you say yes, I'll do a workshop on bridal business, and we can do something later. Also, I'm going to be posting some of my past Facebook Lives that I have done on my page, so you guys can so you guys can watch it on marketing, branding, and sales. And then when I do my Facebook Lives on any of those topics, you're going to have a better understanding of everything that I'm talking about, okay? So we're going to spend the next 2 months just kind of educating you guys on all these areas, so then you can take your makeup skills to 2018 and really make the money. Misty says, I have learned more about business in this than I did in my design classes. Yay, I'm excited. I'm so good with business, guys. I'm telling you, just like you guys, I started with a makeup class and I went from being broken, almost homeless, to having a multi-million-dollar company. And so it is my job and my duty now to share all this with you guys and teach you. You can go and spend 4 years in a business school and you will learn a lot. But what I'm teaching you guys here, it's not theory, it's experience, and it's a different way of learning, okay? I went to a business school and I got my degree in business management, and I was able to learn a lot. But the reality of theory and experience is completely different when you put everything in action, and then you deal with people, employees, with not being able to pay the rent or meet your payroll. That's when you actually learn to figure out how to do it right. When you're starving, where you're going homeless, when you're like, holy crap, like, am I going to have to sleep under a bridge, right? That's when you actually make the money, guys, because you're going to figure it out. And for me, it is my job and my duty, like I said, to share a lot of this stuff with you guys, because I know that a lot of you guys don't know how, and a lot of you guys want it so bad. And you guys keep spending on more makeup and more classes and more makeup, but yet you guys are not making the money. So I want people to make money. I want people to have a good life. I want people, women, to provide for their kids, you know. And I want to teach you guys how to change your mentality about money and business, okay, and what you guys are doing. So hopefully this next 2 months that I'm going to spend with you guys here training you will help a lot. And again, if you guys have any more questions, leave the questions here. After I end this live, I'll go back and answer questions. I'll post some of the samples of what I was talking about today. And also, if you guys need to know any information on the links for like short, I'll post it there. Anything that you guys want to know. Again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I do want to invite you guys to my Beauty Business Summit that I'm going to have here in Dallas on April 20th, 21 and 23rd, 2018, here in Dallas. It's going to be a 3-day seminar where I'm going to be teaching a lot of this. You guys are going to spend 3 days with me from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 3 days learning everything that I know about business and how to make money. If you guys are interested, the link is on the site, but you also can email me directly. Again, if you guys want me to email you my slideshow about this whole class that I did for you guys today, send me an email at rubypolanco72@gmail, and I'll post it here too. Well, anyways, this has come to an end. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please give me some feedback. Whatever you guys want, I'm here to serve you, and I'm looking forward to see you guys next week. Have a great day.